Why was Malcolm X seen as violent? What did Malcolm X mean when he said, "Stop sweet-talking the white man, tell him how you really feel"? I want to talk a bit today about how important it is to not fear being confrontational, especially in times of crisis and times where you need activism. On May 5th, 1962, Malcolm X delivered one of the most empowering speeches in his entire career.
I, for one, as a Muslim, believe that the white man is intelligent enough. If he were made to realize how black people really feel, and how fed up we are without that old compromising sweet talk. Stop sweet talking him. Tell him how you feel. Tell him what kind of hell you've been catching, and let him know that if he's not ready to clean his house up, if he's not ready to clean his house up, he shouldn't have a house. It should catch on fire and burn down.
So I'm going to go through a couple of things that he said in that video, and I'm really going to explain to you guys why it's so important that in a world where oppressed peoples are told to make their activism palatable to those in power, to make their activism less violent, to tone it down, how important it is to have people who are able to stand up and be fearless in the face of injustice. So when Malcolm X said, "Stop sweet-talking the white man, tell him how you really feel," I thought that was very inspirational because it shows us that justice doesn't come from being liked. It comes from being honest. It comes from not being afraid to tell people in power what you really think. Now, when Malcolm says, if he's not ready to clean his house, he shouldn't have a house, it should burn down, what I think he's trying to say is how important it is to recognize that those in power cannot claim moral ownership over the country, over the space, while also actively allowing racial injustice and other forms of injustice to occur and to thrive. I think that quote is really telling us how important it is to have voices who are able to stand out and to really hold people in power accountable. Now, when he says "let it burn," what I really think he's trying to say is that if you don't battle the social injustice, if you're not battling racial injustice, eventually that's going to lead to instability. He was not really threatening the people in power, but he was really showing what was going to happen, more of a warning. Yes, peaceful protest, peaceful activism has its own power, has its own impact, but at the same time, if a group of people has been going through oppression for years, sometimes that type of activism is not what's going to change the system. We need people who are able to be bold, confrontational, who are fearless to actually get these issues into the public eye. Malcolm X showed us what unapologetic activism really looks like. And today, leaders like these really emulate the same type of activism. I think in times of crisis, in times of injustice around the world, we need more activists, more people who are unafraid of stepping out of their comfort zone, stepping out of the orthodox opinions of society to really show what is possible if we use our voices for radical change.